Previously on Reversion. Christian wakes up at Gadahan Hospital and can't remember anything. He is carrying half a photograph of a person he can't recognize. The doctor tells him it is the year 2035 and that the city of Buenos Aires has been taken over by a paramilitary group that is keeping them hostage. There he meets Victoria, another patient and prisoner, and together they think up an escape plan. Once outside the hospital, Victoria tells him that she is part of the resistance and suggests he should contact Pablo, someone who might help him ID the man in the photo. When he meets Pablo, Christian learns that the resistance wants the government to bring back order, and for that, they need information from a mole with whom they have lost contact. Christian looks for the mole, but only finds his body and his ID. Following this lead, he gets to the right address to check out the place, and to his surprise, he finds the other half of the photo of himself dressed as a scientist. So he goes back to Pablo's hideout to look for answers, but he has been kidnapped by the paramilitary group. However, he has left an important tip. He must go to the School of Engineering. There, he figures out the path to one of the secret bases of the resistance, where he finds Victoria, as well as the man in the photo, but he is several years older. Reversion, Chapter 3, The Return.
You're the professor in the photo.
Christian, it's been so long. Gosh, I'm glad to see you. Welcome.
Christian? Me? You?
Victoria told me you lost your memory. I'm Nicholas. I was your teacher at college and we worked as colleagues.
I'm sorry, but everything's a blur.
I see. What counts is that now you are safe.
I appreciate your worries, but I'm here for answers.
Where do I begin?
For example, tell me, have I really traveled through time?
It's a long story. Our teleportation machine failed. An open-as-space-time hole which sucked us in.
So, am I really a scientist? Did I make a teleportation machine?
One step at a time. I better tell you everything from scratch. Let me know when you're ready to listen.
At least this time they don't disappear and leave me with no answers. Professor.
Yes.
I'm ready to listen.
Ready to listen? Listen to what?
You told me to let you know when I was ready.
I guess you're still a little confused. Time travel must affect you too much. Anyway, since you're here, I'm going to tell you my story.
I might have lost my memory, but the professor looks quite confused. The good thing is that I'm finally going to get some answers.
Everything started in Innovate, a science and technology fair to shape the future, where I presented my lifelong project, the teleportation machine, which of course needed financing to come true. During my research, my colleagues treated me like a crazy dreamer, so it was rewarding when the first person interested in the machine showed. It turned out to be some Sergio, an unscrupulous businessman. Should I agree to work with someone like that? I didn't know if it was the right thing to do, but the opportunity was unique. So I tried to convince him of the benefits we'd get. Finally, a few weeks later, I decided to sign. That contract was the beginning of it all. Several months of hard work followed, but your presence plus Victoria and Florencia made all that work bearable. Finally, the day for the machine startup arrived. Everything looked right, but something failed. The machine opened up a hole that sucked me in. Christian, that hole turned out to be a time hole. Suddenly, I was in a destroyed Buenos Aires. I found little Victoria, who had grown up. She helped me figure it out. Sergio had taken advantage of the destruction wave. In the following chaos to overtake the city helped by a paramilitary group. Buenos Aires was isolated from the rest of the country under Sergio's dictatorship. Since then, we have organized a resistance together as a way to redeem myself for the great damage that my invention had caused. But I soon understood that stopping Sergio would not be an easy task. And to do that, many would have to continue suffering.
Now I understand why every time I hear the name Sergio, I get sick to my stomach.
There are many things in this lab back from when we worked together. If you want to, you may go over them. I'm sure that'll help you remember.
Thanks a lot, Nicholas. Professor.
Yes.
How come the teleportation machine failed?
A sabotage! Sergio wanted to keep my invention and sabotage the pulse stabilizer you designed to make me believe I had failed. But the machine responded in an unexpected way, affecting not only the matter, but also the time. Obviously, the equations in my theory had application that even I didn't know.
I designed what?
The pulse stabilizer, yes, that made the machine stabilize and work properly. You realized about the problem and you designed it. You pulled us out of a dead-end street.
I can't believe I created something like that.
Yes, you did, though you are so young. You are a brilliant scientist. It appears you are going to surpass my talent.
Why did the machine make us travel through time?
The machine worked transporting the matter through a wormhole. But evidently the implications underlying the physics we discovered have ramifications which I've never considered.
Wormholes? I think I read about that. In some files I found. I should show them to him. How could they sabotage the machine?
Even today, we don't know exactly what Sergio did. But I'm sure he added modifications to your stabilizer.
But how could he modify something I designed?
The lab where we worked had security cameras in all entrances. The only possible chance was that there was a mole in our team.
Do you suspect someone?
Are you hungry? Victoria could fix you something.
That was weird. Why did he dodge the question? Why was Sergio the only one interested in such a machine?
Sergio was a member of a very dangerous mob net, Christian. Right after the incident, he managed to respond very fast with an elite team because he had it beforehand. I suppose no other investor approached me because Sergio was threatening them.
I guess I'm beginning to understand the whole story. Why did I lose my memory?
I suppose you were more exposed than me to the electromagnetic radiations of the portal. That must have altered the synapse processes in your brain. When you have time, you should see a doctor.
Do you think I'll get my memory back?
We might stimulate it with memories that were important for you.
What's the plan?
The plan? Of course, the plan. I've been trying to replicate your formula for years. The one to build your famous pulse stabilizer, which allows the machine to work properly. You should check out the board. That's as far as I could get.
Let's see if I can exercise my memory a little. Did the temporal hole drop us at different points in the future?
In temporal terms, I got here first, 10 years ago. We've been working a lot since then to build the resistance.
Did you have any hope that I'd arrive?
At some point, must stop waiting for you, but I never lost hope to see you again. Christian, I'm so happy to see you. I have new hopes for our plans.
Who's Florencia? That name sounds familiar.
Where did you hear that name?
You mentioned her when you were telling the story.
She worked with us at the beginning of the project. It's really not that important.
Would you tell your story again?
Yes, sure. Everything's...
Now I understand why every time I hear the name Sergio, I get sick to my stomach.
There are many things in this lab back from when we worked together. If you want to, you may go over them. I'm sure that'll help you remember.
Thanks a lot, Nicholas. Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.
That's the table Nicholas must work at. It's full of papers with notes. They're the attempts of Nicholas to make the machine operational. Nicholas told me to look at these formulas. Pulse stabilizer. Teleportation machine. I'm remembering something. Nicholas was blocked, but I couldn't give up. I worked a lot to get a formula to create the pulse stabilizer. And when we tested the machine, something unexpected happened. I'm remembering it clearly. I'd never been so frightened in my life.
Christian, the machine is totally unstable. I don't think I can hold much longer. A singularity is on the making.
That means that the pulse stabilizer failed.
Never mind. We gotta turn it off. It's accumulating too much energy. And if the singularity closes in an unstable way, the accumulated energy will create an expansive wave.
At the time, I thought it was my fault. Sergio is the one responsible for all this. It's the same periodic table on the photo I have with Nicholas. We must have taken it there. If I could get close to those cables, maybe if I unplug the machine.
Don't even think about it, Christian! Guessing the power could bring about even worse consequences!
The board. Here at the lab. I worked hard to find the problem with the machine. It's the machine command console. It's a good thing I couldn't reach it with my hands. If we turned off the machine while it was unstable, the result would have been much worse. We gotta try to turn it off, but I don't know how. It would be awesome to stretch my arm like Mr. Fantastic. But for now, if I let go, the hole will swallow me. Professor!
Yes!
Professor, we're going up in the air.
Yes, we got to turn off the machine!
We'll think of something. Could you tell me the formula of the pulse stabilizer?
Christian! I am the Nicholas of your memories! If you don't know, how should I? But check whether there's something on the board!
The board is a little far.
Well, you could have come up with that idea when we were not flying up in the air!
What a temper! Professor!
Yes!
I don't understand what went wrong. My pulse stabilizer didn't work.
Christian, your conclusions were perfect. We're clearly facing something beyond our knowledge. What's happening makes no sense.
We'll talk some other time.
Think up how we can turn off the machine.
The teleportation machine. So many years working on it. So much effort. So many dreams. If I let go of this table, the wormhole will swallow me. Right, I was working on the formula on the board. If I focus on what I'd written there, I might remember it. My memories are blurry, but I gotta make an effort. If only I could do away with the wrong memories. Now, something's not right. Let's start again. I'm sure these portions are not part of the formula. Yes, this portion of the formula is correct. Yes, I got it. This was the formula. I'm sure. I can't remember anymore. Nicholas, I managed to remember the whole formula.
Really? That's the best news ever! Now I can go on building the new machine.
I wrote it on the board.
Perfect. I suppose you're already thinking how to rescue Pablo from Sergio, right?
I didn't know I had to go rescue him.
Of course. I'm really worried about him. That was the first thing I told you.
No, you said nothing.
Well, that must be something else you forgot. Memory loss is affecting you a lot. Thank you very much, Christian. You're very brave. After losing Esteban, I can't stop thinking that Pablo may have the same end.
Any idea where I can begin?
Wounded prisoners are always taken to the hospital. We never knew their final destination. Maybe starting out there is a good option.
To the hospital again? I keep going to that place.
I'm afraid that we have more dangerous missions in the near future.
Okay, at least I already know the hospital. Should be easy this time. Hello?
What's up?
Thank you. You put yourself in danger letting them get you. You took a risk to contact me.
You're welcome. When Nicholas found out someone had arrived through a wormhole, he was sure it was you. He never lost hope. Most of us already thought you were dead.
That sounds hard.
The lives of all of us have been very hard since the incident. What matters is that Nicholas was right. And now you're here to give us a hand.
Of course. You can count on me. I have the intel files I found in Esteban's house.
Perfect. That information is very valuable. Take good care of it. It cost the life of one of us. I never thought I wouldn't see Esteban again.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
No problem. It's hard to get used to the loss of people you love.
How many more are there in the Resistance?
Not much more than what you see here. Nicholas, me, Pablo, if he's still alive, and a few more. When Nicholas recruited us, we were hundreds. But Sergio's forces hunted us down like rats.
What kind of information did Esteban collect?
Nicholas' initial plan was to rebuild the machine, so one of us could go back to the past and prevent the incident. But he got stuck again in the formula of the pulse stabilizer, and without your help, he was never gonna finish it. Later on, the mission turned into stopping Sergio, and getting Argentina to be what it once was. Esteban worked as a double agent in that mission, to find information to hack Sergio's communication center.
Together with the files, I found the other half of the photo I had. I'm in part of this photo.
Esteban had told Nicholas he had found a photo, and he was really excited with the finding. You should show it to him.
Now there's one more in the Resistance.
Every person counts.
So, I knew you in the past. Sorry, but I don't remember you much.
Don't worry. Though I always remembered your names, as time went by, I started to forget what you and Nicholas looked like. When Nicholas arrived in our time and found me, I took him for a homeless. I think we should have gotten more photos taken.
Were you alone after the incident?
Do you want to hear the whole story?
Of course.
Though I was a little girl, I always remembered Nicholas. The fame he got after signing the contract with Sergio never distanced him from his research. His enthusiasm and commitment allowed him to get the key, to build the teleportation machine. He looked very happy back then. But the machine failed. And many things happened that day. Both you and Nicholas vanished mysteriously. The city was in chaos. The expansive wave pulled down half the buildings in the city of Buenos Aires. Sergio grasped the chance and overtook the city, helped by a paramilitary group. He took over the Casa Rosada. And so, his dictatorship started.
That's a terrible story.
That's the past. Now we gotta think of the future.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's the intel information Esteban collected. These are Esteban's intel files. Unfortunately, he... how can I put this?
Died in the line of duty. Victoria told me. Esteban was a brave ally and a great friend. The files he got for us are very important. They will allow us to access the communication center. It's important that you keep them. They'll be of much use in the future.
If I wear civilian clothes, I might be discovered. It fits perfectly. That's it. Let's get this show on the road. Let's see if I can find Pablo inside. Okay, here we are. If they've already interrogated Pablo, they'll surely bring him here after. I'm really worried about what they can do to him. Are nights cold? I'll take one just in case. There's a guard watching. I should move naturally so he won't suspect.
This door is locked. You can't get in.
Sorry, I didn't know. Do you have something locked up?
I'm watching the door because the weak supplies have arrived. It's forbidden to enter.
Is he telling the truth? Are there just supplies? I'm gonna have to look for a way to get in.
Hey, the toilet is occupied!
Sorry, are you okay?
I was set up when I was on duty. I'm gonna kill the guy who gave me that alcohol with laxatives. Just a second. Your face looks familiar.
No, not possible. I started working with Sergio a little time ago. I'd better go. Okay, bye.
Hey, let me take a closer look at you. Get back here.
We better not be seen together.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
A lot of work?
Fortunately, no wounded have been brought in today. Better for me. If I see blood, I faint.
You look like a very nice person for this place.
Not only murderers and mercenaries work for Sergio. Besides, since he took over the Garahan, there's not much of a choice. The first doctors resisted him, and they didn't do well.
Yeah. How was the Garahan story? Can you help me remember? What did the first doctors do?
After the expansive wave of destruction, my father and other doctors from the Garahan decided to stay here to serve the people who needed them.
And how did Sergio take over the place?
The Garahan was under siege, and they ran out of supplies. The doctors had to give in. They had no choice.
Did all the doctors stay here?
No. Some got away. They didn't want to serve Sergio. Others, like my father, stayed here.
Do you know what happened to the doctor that was here before?
The previous doctor? I don't want to talk about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. What a terrible story.
I think I shouldn't have told you all this.
Can you tell me the story of Hospital Garahan again?
You should pay more attention when you're told a story. Anyway, I like telling them over.
What a terrible story.
I think I shouldn't have told you all this.
Today's a nice day, isn't it?
Yes, since there are no patients. I'm gonna read some novels.
Where are the healthy hostages taken?
I only know where the sick are brought, and that's here.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you watching over?
The weak supplies came in today. Every time they're less and less. So I was sent to watch over the rations.
I didn't know that supplies were scarce.
Yes, it's a problem. But Sergio has a plan, and he's putting it into action. At least, that's what we are told.
Can I come in?
Don't even think about it. Nobody goes in there.
There are no patients in the hospital main room.
Yes, all patients got away. Even one who was nearly unconscious.
But, oh, that's terrible.
Of course. That's why Sergio decided to change all guards here.
Do you like your job?
Do you think it's fun to sit by a door all day long?
Do you know the doctor?
Eh? The doctor? Yes, I know her. We started out together at the hospital. Though the first time I saw her was when I got wounded after a chase.
Are you friends then?
Friends? The doctor and me? Of course not. Though, well, never mind.
I guess there's something between the soldier and the doctor. What do you know about the previous doctor? The doctor knew nothing.
They think he helped in a jailbreak. He's locked up.
I can't believe it.
Did you know him?
Sure. I ran into him at the hospital sometimes. Like everyone else, huh?
Sure. Well, I also know him like that. He's the doctor's father. She's very sad. I don't like to see her like that.
Bye.
See you.
Hi.
Hi.
The man in the corridor looks like he's watching something important.
Fernandez? Yes, because the supplies have arrived. That makes me happy.
You mean Fernandez or the supplies?
You're funny.
Is there something between the doctor and Fernandez? Let's see if she tells some more. Are you single, doctor?
I think it's bad manners to nose into someone else's business.
You're right. I'm sorry. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it me or there's something going on between the doctor and you?
Well, how did you realize?
Both get pretty jittery when you talk about the other.
Please, don't tell anyone.
What's the problem that you're together?
Sergio doesn't trust any doctors. When he took over, the doctors made the Garahan resistance. Since then, he doesn't trust them, and doesn't want us to mingle with them.
Well, that's too bad. I have an idea. I can cover you so you can meet.
But you'd be running a high risk.
No problem. Let me see what she thinks.
Thanks a lot. You're the best.
Bye.
See you.
Hi.
Hi.
Fernandez told me everything. If you want, I can cover you so you can meet.
I've just met you and you think I'm gonna trust you? How can I know you're actually gonna cover me? You might be looking for evidence to report us.
Bye.
Bye.
Corporal Brizuela, good to see you.
Hi.
After the breakout, all the guards were replaced. Well, almost all. How could you get away with it?
I got lucky.
Good for you. When you have some time, we can talk about it.
Sure. Hi.
Hi.
What happened with the rest of the guards?
They were replaced in the Purge after the escape of a patient.
Why the Purge?
I don't know exactly. I was here watching the door, as usual, when many soldiers I'd never seen walked in and said that the boy they had found in Sector 3 had escaped from the hospital and that everyone was arrested. They even found a guy tied up in the toilet. Crazy stuff.
What a disaster. No wonder the usual guys are not here.
Yep, and I know Sergio got mad.
Why didn't they take you?
My performance appraisals were always good, so they assumed that if there was a problem, it wasn't my fault. Now I have to be extremely careful. I don't think I'll be as lucky next time.
Do you know where they took him?
I have no idea. People say that there are cells in the Casa Rosada. That's a real hell. Do you know anything?
No, I don't.
This situation is getting worse. Sergio has never reacted like this. They say he's up to something big.
Let's change the subject.
Come on.
Where do they get the supplies from?
After the disaster, Sergio was smart and assembled a squad to take over supermarkets and food storages in the city. When supplies started to run out, he already had a smuggling net between the city and the rest of the country. Besides being taken over by Sergio, the city was in quarantine because nobody knew what had happened. When the government tried to do something, it was too late. Now people depend on him.
And why are they so heavily watched then?
Many years have gone by, and some time ago problems started with his connections outside the city, and the supplies coming from them are less and less.
It must be hard to live isolated.
It is. The question is, what side to support? And on Sergio's side are the supplies.
Is that why you work for him? Or do you actually support his cause?
You know, either you support him or you're in a cage. There's no choice.
But how much longer will supplies be available?
I don't know. I don't think for much longer. But it's obvious that Sergio is up to something.
We'll talk later.
Bye. Don't go far. I don't trust those new guards.
Okay. I don't think it'll be useful. Hi.
Hi.
Any news?
Supplies arrived a while ago, but we can't even get close. Fernandez is watching the door. I'm dying to try some cookies.
Need any help?
Come on, put the radio away in the lockers.
Okay.
Look, there's no return.
What did he mean by that? I'll carry on with my round. Hi.
Hi.
I'll carry on with my round. Hi.
Hi.
Any news?
Everything's quiet. As long as nobody breaks out.
Have you been here long?
Yes, I don't think I'll be relieved for a while.
Let me know if I can help you somehow.
Could you let me know when Fernandez gives out the second ration of the day? My mouth is really dry.
Okay, bye.
All right.
I already have a place to keep things. Hi.
Hi.
Bye.
See you.
Here.
No thanks, I'll pass. I already had to go there. My next guard shift is next week.
I don't think that'll be of any use. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell me the story of Hospital Garahan again?
You should pay more attention when you're told a story. Anyway, I like telling them over.
I learned your father is in prison. How unfair. He was a hero. If there's anything I can do.
Fact is, there's nothing we can do. Anyway, thanks for asking. You look like a guy that can be trusted.
What a terrible story.
Thanks for hearing me out.
Fernandez told me everything. If you want, I can cover you so you can meet.
Shame on you. Men like gossip more than women do.
Actually, I realized, you two are very evident.
The thing is that since my father was sent to prison, I'm scared. If they learn about my relationship with Fernandez, they might hurt him. If only we had a place to talk.
Let me ask Fernandez. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Everything's ready. I'll cover you.
Great. I thought she didn't want to see me anymore.
She's very scared about her father.
I know. You should go check the entrance guards first.
Perfect. Good luck. Bye.
See you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'll carry on with my round. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, bye.
All right.
I guess I've given them enough time. I already know this room, and there's nothing interesting in it. But I don't know what that tie means. I hadn't seen it before. Locked. I hope they haven't changed the combination. Locked. I hope they haven't changed the combination. Excellent. I see they haven't changed the combination. Pablo's not here. The guard hadn't lied. There were only supplies. I'm gonna have to keep looking. I'm gonna take one of these. Might be useful. Or I might get thirsty. I'm gonna take one. I might share it with someone. I've checked it several times. I don't think there's anything new in there. So, you wanted something to drink?
Looks like a great wine. Is it a Malbec?
Yes, sure.
Great! Now, we need to look for a quiet place to enjoy it. Because those two may rat us out.
Okay, you keep it and we'll see how we can manage. Hi.
Hi.
There's nobody in the storage. You could take a break and taste the wine. I'll join you if you want.
Okay. After this many hours on duty, I deserve a break. Go over there and wait for me.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Hi.
Hi.
I'll carry on with my round.
Cool that you found this place where we can drink this hell of a wine.
You try it first. How is it? Well, I'm glad you like it. Anyway. Any gossip?
Looks like the boss is planning something big.
Do you know what it's about?
No idea. He never tells me anything.
Do you know anything about the hostages?
That they are behind bars.
It's gonna be hard to make him talk, but I have to take advantage of his condition to make him tell me where Pablo is. I'll let you enjoy the wine.
Go. You're a good friend.
I don't think that bothering it is a good idea. Here, I was given this for you.
What? To the zoo again? It's full of animals that smells like lion piss. Besides, everybody keeps screaming for help there.
Well, if you don't want to go, I can go instead.
Thanks. I'm not in condition to go anywhere.
The zoo, then?
Yeah. The beasts are locked up with the beasts.
So Pablo is locked up in the zoo. I gotta hurry. Poor Pablo.
Doctor?
Sir, what a surprise to see you here.
I've come to know the status of the portal.
Well, how can I put this? I guess I have some bad news. The portal that the boy crossed to get here has just closed.
What? Dear Doctor, I guess you have just signed your...
Wait, you still need me. Not everything is lost. There is still a chance.
Speak fast, before my friend...
Sir, if we manage to turn on one of Nicholas's machines with a certain setup, we're convinced the time travel you want will be achieved.
And what are you waiting for to assemble it?
Well, sir, we have tried hundreds of times, but unfortunately, we need Nicholas to solve this.
You're a bunch of incompetents. I always end up depending on the same person. I no longer need you or your team. I will find Nicholas. Are you listening to me, Professor? I will find you.